Hello, I'm Jimmy Gilchrist, a director at GP Green Recycling, a family-owned and managed recycling facility based in South Lanarkshire. Here at GP Green Recycling, we process garden and kitchen waste to produce a high-quality compost certified to the PAS 100 British quality standard. Based on the rejuvenated site of an old open cast mine near Blantyre, we chose this site due to its ideal location within easy access of 9 local authorities in the west of Scotland, which helps to minimise road transport to and from the site, thus lessening the impact on the environment. There are 2 distinct facilities on site, the first where we recycle combined or co-mingled green and food waste, and the second where we process pure green waste. Both areas produce high-grade compost. This is the reception area. As you can see, vehicles leave and enter this area, bringing in the waste for us to start the processing. The co-mingled process starts here at the reception shed, the first of 4 stages. Combined food waste and garden waste is collected and delivered by truck to our reception shed. On average, 30 truckloads per day enter the reception shed, offloading around 150 tonnes of material. This material is then screened to remove fine particles before progressing to the first stage of removing waste, which is done by hand over a picking station to remove typical contaminants such as non-compostable plastic bags, plastic bottles, food wrapping and packaging. As the vehicles depart the building, wheels are washed to ensure that they are clean when they leave the site. Once the material has had its first pass to remove contamination, it is then fed into a high-speed shredder to reduce the product down to 40mm in size, after which it is transferred to one of our 18 vessels on site. These are the vessels. This is where all the material comes from the reception shed to begin the composting process. This takes us to the second stage of the process. Larger pieces of wood are placed on the floor of the vessel to create an even flow of air. Shredded material is then loaded into an empty vessel, and once full, the cover is drawn over and the door secured. Fans introduce air through the bottom of the vessel, which is then extracted through pipes inside the roof. This air is circulated through the composting material, accelerating the natural process. Heat is generated naturally in the process, which kills any harmful bacteria, allowing the material to break down to produce compost. There are no other additives to the process at all. It is simply now a process of time to let nature take its course as the material breaks down. 8 temperature probes are placed at even intervals into each vessel. These monitor the temperature 24 hours a day for the duration of this stage. Each batch is required to reach a minimum temperature of 60 degrees Celsius for a period of 48 hours to ensure that only good bacteria remain. This is key to the quality of the compost. Finally, the compost is moved to another vessel and the process is repeated. This is the maturation shed. This is the third stage in the process. As you can see, the compost is neatly laid out in windrows so that we can identify each batch as it comes into the site. Each row is then turned regularly to aerate the compost to ensure that the heat is evenly spread throughout the compost. This process takes from 6 to 8 weeks to complete. Each row is batch numbered so that we can clearly identify where the material has come from and how long it has been in the maturation process. Throughout the maturation process, we continue to remove any contaminants and rubbish from the material. Once the material has been through the maturation process, it is taken to the screening area for the final stage of the process, where it is screened down to our standard 20mm and 10mm compost. This is the screening shed. This is the fourth and final part in the process. The final stage is to mechanically remove any unwanted materials to create a consistently high standard of compost. The second facility of our site is dedicated to handling garden and green waste using a similar process without the need of the vessels. Material is delivered to site and is shredded down to 80mm in size before being screened. Screening separates out the compost from more woody material, which is blended with other sawmill byproducts to produce a fuel for biomass boilers. The compost is placed in external windrows, where again the temperature is monitored over the 6 to 8 week maturation process. The final product from both processes is a high quality organic compost, which has a wide and diverse range of applications, including golf courses, gardening projects, landscaping works, large land remediation, mine restoration where land is restored to its previous state, and tree planting, to name a few. If you would like any further information about what we do here at GP Green Recycling, or would like to visit our site, please feel free to get in touch.